Okay, this is the HarmonicDyne ZEUS. Comes in a very nice case. Looks like it's $350 on Linsole. And take this out. Has one of the stiffer cables I've ever come across in my life, but it's actually, the quality is really cool. It's like something that would be custom made. Terminations are really nice. It's just very stiff. Length for me is okay because I'm using it off of the RME at this table. Somebody might want something a little longer. It looks like it's the left-right type old speaker cable inside a sheath. My listening experience with it doesn't have any microphonics or any problem like that, but it is quite stiff. The headphones are very similar to the Helios, the other one that they released, though the pattern is slightly different. It is, I believe, semi-open back, and it's got a 50mm Beryllium driver. It's a very, very comfortable set. You can see the drivers inside there. Same headband mechanism pretty much as the Helios. Nothing really different there. The packaging is much improved. I actually like the cable better too. And they're using, I think, a better driver. I guess it depends on what you're listening to. So this is what it looks like up close. It's not unusually rattling. Build quality seems decent. That's it. Let's go ahead and plug it in, give it a listen. I've actually been doing this for 2 months. I got a couple months ago, and do the vid. Okay, that was a reasonably close-up look at the ZEUS. If you hear a sound from your right side only, it's because there is a heater over there. Right over there. So sorry about that, but it's super freezing in Japan. Let's get to the music. We'll start with the low end. These are not weak there. That's the blessing and the curse. We'll start with Big Boy right here. Go ahead and put these on my head. I have pre-edited little samples. This is the triple hit that's around 36 to 46 seconds, and it's a low hit around 70 hertz, then a sub bass hit, and then maybe 60 split in the middle. Go ahead and get that one first.
Polo to the float you already know though. It's Adamville for real, you see a hoe, just take a photo. I'm reppin' as on photo with a fofo on your brodo. Cause that Jodo thought that he could rob a player for some no-no.
I've already done this and took notes, so I'm cheating. Not cheating. I gotta edit this. There's 3 hits here, and the middle hit is the lowest hit, and this is not playing that back in the way that I like. It sounds like there's energy going to the driver, but it's not quite tuned. I've seen a graph of this. I know that the sub bass is somewhat rolled, and this is a track that will show it specifically, that hit. And it in fact does what a lot of stuff, the Sundara, the Sennheiser 660S struggled with that or didn't play it at all. This is borderline. That would be a minus for me because I'd like to get the full energy of that hit. So that's Big Boy, Kill Jill, and it's between 36 and 46 seconds, and it's the middle of the triple hit, and it's a little bit lacking. Next one is going to be Led Zeppelin, When the Levee Breaks. Go ahead and slide. Oh, really? Unedited. And let's do this again. We are looking for a significant, as it's supposed to be, the way it was mastered, 4th album. Kick drum. Drum is fine. So a traditional instrument that you might run into a lot with your library actually doesn't, I don't hear any problems with it. It's the deck mixed hit and the lowest of the hit that's probably around 40, 45 hertz that it had some trouble with. Kick drum, not a problem though. So low frequency, extreme low frequency is not ideal. Something like a kick drum is good. Bass guitar I'll get to pretty soon. Dire Straits. Go back. This is the format that I'm going to have a lot of fun with because it's music. Dire Straits is, I think it's this one. So we go, track 1, Sultans of Swing. Love this. I'm glad to be able to put it on the channel. And we are right there.
Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. But it's strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. If any old guitar is all he can afford, when he gets up under the lights to play his thing.
The slightly elevated bass has a nice effect on Mark's vocals. It actually sounds nice and full. There's a bassist that's pinning down this track in the background. I'm playing this from pretty much around the beginning. It's not, the res of, or the quality of the bass is not that great. Kick drum is a very simple strike, and the resonance or the overtones. The bass guitar is 4 strings, a lot of different things going on. It's getting a little bit not ideal for that. So the meat on the vocals sounds good. It's got a fullness to it, but the bass that's pinning it down on Sultans of Swing near the beginning, the opening verse is, it's alright. It's not what I would want. Next would be interesting one, and it's actually close by. This would be Elton John. Ooh, I got a lot of Elton John. Captain Fantastic. Elton John. I love Elton John, man. I get no stress from him on YouTube. Everything that I play on here, it dings me from getting monetized, but I don't really care about that because I'm not a pro YouTuber. Love this track.
So save your strength and run the field you play alone. Someone saved my life tonight, sugar bear. You almost had your wits in me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had your own time. All about hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterfly.
And my notes with it, the cymbals were alright. There's really not a notable odd decay or a lack or something that sounds odd, but the drum and Elton's vocals sound a little back, where Mark's vocals sounded full and nice. Elton's sounds a little bit more back than I'm used to. That is one of the tracks. Elton John and also Tin Man by America, very susceptible to getting that kind of vocal scoop and sounding like the guy's far back or he's very close to you. And on this set, Elton John sounds a little bit back, and part of the drums sound a little bit back too. The cymbals, they don't sound that bad actually. Next track is going to be Born to Run because I'm listening to a glockenspiel. Let me go ahead and get on here. That would be Bruce. Such a classic album. Bruce Springsteen. LMNOPQR. Here we go. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Your legs round these velvet rims and strap your hands across my engines. Together we could break this trap. We'll run till we drop. Baby, we'll never go back. Oh, you walk with me out on the wire. 'Cause baby, I'm just a scared.
Glockenspiel sounds all right. At the end of the part that you just listened to, it's very high in the register. Those sound a little bit like they got an edge off of them. The beginning of that passage sounds fine. At the very end, where it's dee 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 dee, is a little bit. That might be good for some people that want a darker, more relaxed replay. This seems to be tilting in that way. Where this goes most wrong is the next one. And this is the hard one. This is Black Sabbath, Masters of Reality. I'm going to go ahead and play this passage for you because this is a bassist and a drummer kind of in a dual solo segment, and it can get really busy. On the Adia and the Sandaras, this is done quite well. That is not so great on this. That's hard to do. That bass is sounds kind of blown out. That is not ideal replay. I won't go further. The mids are influenced by the bass. That should be left side. Get a little binaural audio going on. The low frequency is dominating the replay, and its quality is dependent on what you're listening to. For kick drum, it sounds fine. For deck mix stuff like hip hop, it depends. The really low hits might not be there. For the mids and male vocals for this video, somebody like Mark Knopfler has a fullness in Sultans of Swing, but Elton John, Someone Saved My Life Tonight, sounds a little bit back. That's my ears. That's how I hear it. I don't think. The one thing I think anybody that would listen to this, that last song that I just played you, Black Sabbath, Sweet Leaf, that passage sounds kind of messy. That's not ideal. So this is a bass-leaning set. It's $350. That puts it in the range of the Sandaras. The problem with the Sandaras is they're clearly lacking in the sub bass. That middle hit on Big Boy is not there at all. There's maybe a sense of energy going to the driver maximum. This is almost doing it, but not quite for me. So, do I wreck it? I would wreck it over the Sandara because the Sandara has a build quality that's iffy, and there's not a lot you can do with that kind of sub bass roll off. Like, I don't know how they really tweak planners that much. With this set, I can put my hands over the outside and get slightly different tuning. So that means if I took this off and I maybe put foam or did something, I could maybe improve the quality of the bass just a little bit, because as it is, it's not ideal for me and my library using the music I just used. Big Boy, mid hit lacking. When the Levee breaks, kick drum is fine. Unless I say it, everything else is fine too. Dire Straits, meat on the vocals, I thought it sounded good. Basses sounded iffy. That was a precursor of what's to come. Elton John's, the cymbals sounded alright. I was expecting maybe a darker replay, but it sounded okay. Cymbals are not a problem. Drums and Elton sounded slightly back. Born to Run, the glockenspiel sounded okay, except at the very end of that part that I played where it gets really high and, like digital raindrops, and not really doing it for me. Black Sabbath, that fast 4-string, it got messy. So, do I wreck it? I'm not really at the level of experience with headphones to wreck them. I would say get as many opinions as you can and consider the library and what people are saying specifically, like what exactly it's doing well and what it's not doing well. As far as headspace and how much room there sounds, this sounds like a kind of, for what is a semi-open back, because when I cover the outside it's changing its tuning slightly. It's not, if I want an open back, like the Adia, I know that's more expensive and it's a higher quality. It definitely is. That's wide open back, and it feels like I'm in a room because I can hear everything around me, because this isn't giving me quite that I can hear everything around me benefit. It's like a halfway to a open back, but not quite there. And the bass is making it seem like that, because usually open backs have a different type of bass. So get more opinions. This is mine. It's a good set for its price. If you listen to music slightly different from mine. That was awkward for a second there. And that's it. That is the ZEUS 350. I tried the Helios, and I didn't, I think, ever do a video because I didn't like it, but when I listened to the Helios compared to this, I actually prefer that set to this, because there's the bass. I love Beryllium. You guys know me on my channel. I'm not the The drop in the sub bass is maybe influencing, and then there is encroachment mid bass into the mids that's obvious with the 4-string bass guitar, and also the mids are treating Elton John with not kindness. So that's my opinion, and that's my review. I got to play some music. Yay! I'm checking out this. If you guys want to see other music used, I got to check one by one with test videos to make sure that they're only demonetizing and not blocking the whole video, because that would suck to do a video, to put it up, to edit it, to add the little things that I'm putting over the layovers, and then to have it just blocked like around the world. Thank you, Fleetwood Mac, because that's what they do. So I got to make sure. Metallica, bravo, they didn't do that to me, so I'm happy. I'll go ahead and cut this because that's longer editing time, and I'm out.